Co. And right now I am focusing on compositing everything on Windsor Castle for SAG 45 senior projects. So as of right now, I've got all the modeling and the textures completed, and right now everything should be in good shape. I've got all the windows, the castle walls, the towers all textured out very nicely, and I've used most of them by using Texture Heaven. So right now we're going to focus on how to render my scenes for the final project. So here. And if you go to V-Ray, Common, I have set the resolution to HD 1080 and the width 1920 and the height 1080. And I am currently working on adjusting the cameras on where it should be for the final presentation. Right now I have 2 so far, and I'm going to continue on adding additional cameras around the castle so that by the time it does the render, it'll do a better scene of it. And if you go under Setting, Override, Common, and under Animation Standard, and this is where I'm going to start my frame. Like for an example, I press 1 and I want to end the frame by 400, because this is how I'm going to do all the renders for St. George's Chapel and as well as the Curfew Tower. Right now I'm going to do like 500 frames. So I would start from 401 to 900. And under the GI, I want to make sure that I have the engine set to irradiance map and the secondary bounds to light cache. And that should be taken care of. And now we should move on on how to set the V-Ray. Then I go to Attribute Editor, then hit the default light sun, and I want to do a window capture on here. And the way I set the V-Ray GeoSun is I want to be able to render it with the intensity multiplier up to 2.5 and the size multiplier up to 2.34. Because if I do a render remaining 1 and size multiplier 1, it'll give me like a brighter result, and I would not be able to see the render and my model themselves. So what I do is play around and test render, and the way I do it is decrease it and set it to 2.5, so size multiply up to 2.4. I go back to my renders frame buffer, and that was my first try that I did, and it took me like around 8 minutes to get that completed. And when I play another time, the render took only around 6 minutes, and when I played more of it, the render took only 5 minutes, which gave me a better resolution and therefore a better result. So right now, I've only got 2 cameras that I want to be placed so far, and under Maya, we place those down here. And you see the red keyframes. Like, if you want to add a keyframes, I hit S and the red line will show up, and it will tell me where it would start and end the render. And same thing for the curfew tower. I start from around 400 all the way to 900. So that if I do an actual render animation, I start from like 400 and end all the way to 900, so that it'll properly do the render for me, and it could take hours or days to get that over with. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we've got all the modeling, texturing, and compositing completed. So this is the end of this video of compositing my project, and I hope you enjoy.